What's going on, everyone? Investor here. It's time for my weekly portfolio update. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and hit that bell icon. I don't want you to miss any new videos that I put out. So I was able to deposit only $50 this week. If you watched last week's video, I was on vacation, so wasn't able to work any overtime, anything like that. So I only had $50 available to put in. But as I've said many times on the channel, work with what you have, use with what you have. If all you have is 50 bucks, then 50 bucks is what you have. So we'll get that $50 to grow. So that's all I was able to put into the account this week. So, but you can see now my account is sitting at just over $16,500 at $16,560.11. So with that $50, I was actually up this week around 232 bucks. So it was a good week overall. The market had a good week again. So no new dividend payments this week. I just dollar cost averaged into a couple of different holdings, as I plan on doing the same thing next week. I'm just going to dollar cost average. I am expected to receive 2 dividend payments, so hopefully that will help boost the account a little bit, especially since one of them is going to be SCHD. And for all you guys that hold SCHD, Monday morning, hopefully we all will be happy. We'll see some dividends come in. So let's jump over to the spreadsheet, and I'll show you what I've been up to this past week. All right, everyone, taking a look at the spreadsheet. See, not a whole lot of changes this week. It was kind of a rather uneventful week for me as far as buying shares and really getting involved in other holdings and looking for new things. So if you look down the column here, really only the 3 holdings that I dollar cost averaged into. One being MO, Altria Group. This was kind of twofold. One, it's the goal for the year, as well as the ex-dividend date, I believe was just like Wednesday or Thursday. So I wanted to get into that, just try to make a little extra for the upcoming dividend payment. As well as Johnson & Johnson was just a dollar cost average play, and Vici just same thing, dollar cost, but also to add a little bit more. So big thing I want to shout out is if you look at the 365 history, at least with the holdings that I have, the green now outweighs the red. If I tallied it right, it looks like 12 greens to 8 reds. So, the market's doing relatively well. Doesn't mean it's, hey, let's not invest. Dollar cost average when things are up, you dollar cost average when things are down. So, just keep pursuing it. The green just means that things are doing relatively well, and that's a good thing to see because obviously you want your holdings to go up, and in time they will. So the reds just to me signify buying opportunity. So you've got 8 opportunities here to get into some things. These 2 here, the NAs, just because QQQY and JEPY obviously haven't been out for a year, so there's no 365 history on those guys yet. So again, just MO added just about a quarter a share. Johnson & Johnson 0.06 and then 0.34 here for Vici properties. So I think these were all about just 10 bucks a pop, what I could get for 10 bucks. So like I said, I only had $50 to work with, so that's what I'm working on. So this upcoming week here with SCHD, being that we're going to receive the dividend on Monday, and we'll cover that a little bit more here in a second. Hopefully with the dividend plus a little bit more funds, I'll finally be able to hit that 50 shares that I've been trying to get for the goal of last year, and I can finally put those to bed, and I'll cover that more in a minute. So let's jump over to the positions and see. O is still down a bit, but kind of recuperating, so not horrible. Tesla's picked up. It was by I think 250 something, last week or the week before, so working its way back a little bit. So hopefully it continues to do that. I mean, you can see all the red here. I mean, this was just as of the business day Friday, so Friday was down, but pretty much every other day that week was up. So we had some really good weeks. So overall, the account is up $670.11, or 5.86% right now. So you guys want to see a little bit more of this here? You see Johnson & Johnson only down a buck. And Vici and Starbucks down, we'll call it $5 respectively, as well as Kraft Heinz is at 12. So other than that, things are doing good. You'll see JEPY finally hit the $300 mark even for my gains. So fantastic to see. SCHD was over 400. I want to say like Thursday, but then being the market downturn there on Friday, dropped it down. But it was cool to see that being up 400. So come down, you see on the stock chart here, or the performance chart, things are still looking pretty good. Obviously Tesla still got a long road with that one, but as I've said before, I'm not putting any more money into it right now, if ever. right now it's just kind of letting the dividends drip in. Hopefully that'll use that as a dollar cost basis to bring that down. And, if it gets close to breaking even, then I might just cut ties with it completely and, get out of that game for a while or forever. And then I'm not worried about at all. Will rebound like it has before. So I think once the interest rates come back into this planet, things will look a little bit better for a lot of the real estate investment trusts or just anything having to do with the interest rates, even, bank stocks and all that kind of stuff. So jump over the calendar. Like I said, no new dividend payments this week. So next week I am scheduled to receive the SCHD as well as the Kraft Heinz. I believe SCHD I was going to receive about $30, and then Kraft Heinz I think was like 5 or 6. So that will put me over the 100, and it will put me, I believe, about 135, give or take. I think it was, or 133, something to that effect. Yeah, if you look down here, 133. But this isn't always as accurate. So, but if that's the case, then that'll still put me as the highest month I've ever had for dividends. So, and it's kind of starting to be a trend, like month after month after month, just starting to be the highest month. And I love to see that. That's what I love about the dividends. And I know a lot of the stocks, like you guys in the comments have been mentioning a lot of, getting invested in the blue chip stocks, things like that. And I love that idea. I love the dividends more. So, but not to say that I'm not going to, invest in the blue chip stocks, anything like that, and just kind of go and let those grow. I just like the dividends at this point, kind of where I'm learning and growing and trying to get this account going. So, I appreciate all the comments, guys. Please keep them coming. Like I said, I'm still new at this. I'm still learning. Any advice and wisdom, tips, tricks, anything that you guys have, I do take to heart. I do read all the comments, try to respond to you guys. So keep them coming, please. So moving across. So 291 still for dividends received so far for the year. But the important thing is that, we'll cover here is, it's going to be on the next slide, is that the 291, I think it was 355 was what I received all of last year. So I'm practically almost going to be there just as of next week, being that I still have 3/4 of a year left, and already hitting all of last year. So awesome to see the potential in the account. So I see the numbers here are practically unchanged, being that I didn't add a whole lot. For those of you guys that like to see the pie chart there, kind of where I'm invested. The industry breakdown is unchanged. So again, with the SCHD with 49.05 shares, I believe with the dividend coming in, it's going to bump it up just about 49.5 with the reinvestment, and then I think I'll be able to throw some funds at it as well and try to get it to that 50 mark. If not this week, it'll be next week. But then I can finally say 2023 goals are hit and get everything updated and really start hammering out these ones a little bit more. Even though I'm still going to invest in SHDO, JEPI, things like that, those three, the goal or the focus is going to be MO, Colgate, Palmolive, and Pepsi. So trying to hit my numbers there. So as you can see, so close over here, so close. And then come the end of the month, so I believe come the end of next week, I'll get this updated to the current value as we try to get this account to 25,000 for the year. I'd like to think I'm doing relatively well and well on track to hit that. Let me know what you think, if I'm going to make it or not. I know it's early in the year, but I think at the pace that I'm able to try to put some of the funds into the account and the way things are going, that may be real feasible to get to. So again, 291.19 so far for the quarter. It's kind of unchanged until next week when I can add some more dividends into here. But that'll also close out the quarter, and then I'll be excited to see like what the quarter year percent growth is. And we'll probably do, at least what I'm thinking is like how I was doing over here is just quarter over quarter over quarter. So I may just do quarter 1 over quarter 4 to start here, and then we'll just continue that. And then we'll do quarter 2 over quarter 1, just so we can see if there's incremental growth quarter over quarter over quarter. But if you look at the quarterly chart for the year, you can see last year, what I get, $11, big time month. And this first quarter just blows that one away. So then I'm excited, hopefully, that to see next quarter 2 will be better than that. Quarter 3 better than that. So again, the yearly 355.03, I think with the addition of the $35 or whatever I was going to receive here coming up this week, we're pretty close to already hitting my yearly goal, you know, being that we're in the first quarter of the year. So excited to see, maybe we can, I'd be happy to see if I can get that account over $1,000 or whatever for the year and dividends received. That would be fantastic to see, just 3 times what I would have received last year. Excuse me, guys. So total dividends is still 646.22, monthly average of 46.16. So that'll go up, obviously, coming here in the next week when I receive a couple more dividend payments. So projected income, again, Tesla still has this big spike. We'll see what happens there. The trend line being the same as last week because there was no new dividends added. But once I put in next week, so you're going to see the trend line start to shoot up. Right now, it's just a straight level line. If you can see it here, that's why this one line looks a little darker. But then it'll work its way up, and then as well as the portfolio should be a little higher up into this range. So that's all I've got for you guys this week. Like I said, it wasn't the most eventful week. Just spent some time dollar cost averaging. It was good to see the account grow a couple $100. Have to see what next week brings. Like I said, got a couple dividends coming in, so should be a good week. So stay tuned for that video, guys. Please comment below. Any questions, comments, anything you have for me. Like I said, I try to answer you guys as much as I can. So until next week's video, guys, happy investing.